Hey guys.
What's up guys? Jeff here and my brother Phil Wybo. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Phil and I were just off to Niagara Falls for a kickboxing, meeting up with the mortgage broker Steve down there. It's going to be exciting, but we wanted to quickly talk to you guys. Back in London, there's something new called conditions now when you're working with your buyers. So we're going to give you some like real estate agent tips and these things that we're seeing that other agents are doing to not get their clients' offers accepted. So
yeah, it's making our heads turn a little bit. It's interesting to actually go conditional, whereas for a year and a half we haven't even gone. I don't even know what conditions are. Everything was firm. So it's interesting to go through a period of being conditional. I actually got congratulated yesterday on going conditional, and I told that person, no, we're not there yet. Once we go firm, then we can get excited, and then that's that. Originally, what we've been going through is a firm deal. So
even like other realtors might congratulate you that you got conditional. Like that's pretty good because it was hard to go conditional for a while. You had to have firm offers.
No, that's true.
So,
yeah.
But definitely not legal advice. But we are seeing some poor offers come into us that either your guys' brokerages are making you do, or you just don't have knowledge, or you don't trust your clients enough.
Or you haven't coached your clients. It's more like it.
So
have your clients trust you is more important, right? With the clauses that not what your brokerage is telling you to do. Because I'm sure we were taught to do certain clauses that are nowhere near in our offers anymore. So
yeah, especially if you're dealing with investors, they kind of know what they're buying. So if you have maybe for this video I wanted to joke that one piece of paper for our scheduling, like what we are kind of wanting to go conditional on, and other realtors have what do we have to say, 5 pages?
5 pages of conditions. 5
pages. You got a financing condition, or an inspection, or an insurance, or a due diligence clause that has an out, what we call it, covers you for all this. So if you're a seller, not the seller agent, but the seller. So if you're a seller and you're looking at 2 different offers that come in, and one has 1 page of stuff to do and the other one has 5 pages of stuff to do, which one are you going to take? Or even if it's a higher dollar value, it's going to look like there's more stuff for me, more hoops for me to jump through to accept this offer. I'm going to take this much cleaner offer, maybe a lower dollar value. It looks clean. The reality is they're technically probably both just as safe.
Yep.
But we're just not asking for stupid stuff. For example, so one, it's tenanted. So how is the landlord or the seller ever going to go in there and sweep a tenant's unit? It's not going to happen. So you're just wasting space.
Look through your clauses.
Yeah.
We also had, they said residential usage to a triplex, and it's like you have to make sure that your old offers just don't take your old offer and just put it into a different situation. You're buying a completely different property. So anyways, we had to scratch off those.
Tailor your offer completely to what you're offering on, right? Like, so if you're doing a triplex, yeah, you gotta sit down from scratch and offer on that triplex, not, like you said, just cookie cutter offer on the next one, right?
And even if your clients are scared and they want all those conditions in there, you really need to do a better job at coaching them to say, no, we're going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure you're protected. Like Jeff said, you have an out, but we're going to make this look as clean as possible so that we're more attractive. Jeff and I actually have a nice little clause that we put into our offers. And what it does do is actually the agents on the other end don't really understand the wording. And so they got to give you a call. And what's important about that is that you get to get on the phone last. You're the last voice in that realtor's head before they decide to take an offer. So you may be able to talk about your client a little bit and how successful they are and whatever, but it may put better confidence in your offer over the other one, just simply being in the other realtor's head, or having communication, before they look at the offers with the seller.
Yeah, and what that condition is a due diligence condition, and it'll be different in every state and province, but it's basically saying we want time to do stuff. If we don't do stuff within time, this offer is null and void. it leaves it completely open. And Phil's had it before where they're like, we went with you, Phil, because you just had due diligence in here, and the other guy he wanted financing. Well, first thing we're gonna go do is go get financing on it. So little tricks like that, because you always are gonna see financing, you're gonna see inspection and insurance, but they're all doing the same thing if you're all for the same dates and times. So
it's the same thing when people come into the open house and say, I'll give you cash. Well, so was everybody else. They're just going to the bank and getting cash, right? Like, it's still all a cash offer, but we're all still getting a mortgage. I mean, there's very rare that somebody's actually paying cash for a house.
In our market, unless it's like a flipped property. Even for flipped properties, you gotta, again, speaking on like tailoring an offer, if it's vacant, guess what, Phil? Do they want a long close or a short close?
Short close.
Every single time, right? It's vacant.
Close as quick as the lawyers can close.
Exactly, right? So that's just a dumb question if you're asking the other realtor. Like, well, when do they want the closing? Oh, they'd like to sit vacant for another 90 days, please. No, right? So quick, that way even your lower dollar amount could be accepted because you're offering fast and cash, and those ones can be cash sometimes too. Don't complicate those. Those are going to banks and lawyers sometimes if they're estate sales or bank sales. You just want to make I've sat on the other end of seller with the lawyer, and we had the 3 offers, and he's like, which one? I'm like, well, you're gonna pick this one. It was the easiest one, most money, quickest, biggest deposits. It's everything they want to see, right? So yeah, like, you just can't get over, like, why are you writing 5 pages that are like, and these other ones,
they all mean the same thing. Well, they're doing suicide clauses.
Yeah, the seller acknowledges that no murders and suicides and voodoo cults have ever been in this house, and it's like, okay, you're just wasting a paragraph space now. Like, we all have Google, so go ahead and Google the property.
Yeah, see if it's been in the news.
And for the most part, people have only owned the houses for 5 years or something like that. So yeah, maybe there was a mass murdering in 1880 in this house, like, but
we don't know about it.
Well, even as a realtor, sorry, I didn't know about the murder in 1901. But so I don't know. I think you think you're covering your client by making sure that no burial grounds were right there or something. Like, I'm just joking on that, but like, no suicides happened in this house.
But it's like, are you not going to buy it if it is?
Like, I get there's stigmas, but if the property's not like operating, there's tenants in it, and this happened, and there's tons of buildings in probably downtown Toronto, and like, murders happen. Like, you're not going to not sell that condo or somebody died because they just died.
Yeah, it's different in the multifamily to ask that type of question because you're just going to be putting tenants in it. If it's going to be your forever home,
right? Maybe
I get that.
So that gets to the part where you're like, oh, they just added in residential when it's a triplex,
right?
And we got to cross that out. Like, are you even reading the listing? But yeah, they're putting that in because they think it's just for residential clients, and you're buying multifamily based on the numbers. It's already rented. There's people in there. The property's turned over 3 times, so I'm just trying to tell you guys, keep them clean. My personal favorite is we'll transfer the money, maybe a financing clause, unless it's one of my cash buyers, and a walk through before closing, and sometimes a signability if it's that kind of a property.
We actually accepted a backup offer while we're in the works of doing that right now. So if the first offer does fall through, the second offer will kick in right away. Now, I had an example of this when I first got into real estate, being a realtor. I actually wrote that, and the other offer fell through, and then ours kicked in, and then I got the accepted offer. So, keep that one in your back pocket. Everyone always thinks, oh, it's conditional, I'm not going to do anything. Well, especially on the multifamily money makers, you can write the backup offer, and a lot of them do fall apart. It is, and I think that's why I said earlier, let's not get too excited until it goes firm.
No, yeah, it's a great strategy. I've used it before. I got told from another realtor, I'm like, I lost. And he's like, put in a backup offer. And I'm like, a what? A backup offer. So you negotiate a backup offer, and it's conditional on they get released from the other offer. And the other realtor, the seller, realtor, he thinks it's ingenious because he's like, I can't lose. I got 2 backups. Meanwhile, if it was a hot market, if you're the backup offer, you've eliminated yourself from competition the next time.
Exactly.
Because it's back on the market, everybody come on in here, you're gonna potentially get into multiples, but you've eliminated multiples. The other realtor's probably lazy because he's just like, sweet, 2 backup offers, let's get this done. You know, the words I hate, let's get this done. That doesn't do your seller justice, right? But
it also puts pressure on the first offer.
yes. So you as a selling agent, you could do that in a strategic way if you got pressure on. So we're sitting in one right now, we're selling. I don't want a backup offer yet, but if it's getting towards the end, I will, to put pressure on the other guy to firm up. So I don't have to go back on the market, because this is a difficult property to show. So some tips for you guys to keep in your back pocket. So always ask your realtor. If you just lost, first thing you should ask him is like, can we negotiate a backup offer? And he's gonna be like, wow, I didn't even know we could do that. Let me talk to my broker. You'd be like, well, Jeff Wybo's YouTube channel told me about it. So, and then you can do that, and then you're gonna get a lot more houses. So, and
take a look at those clauses. Maybe find out a way how you can shorten them.
Yeah, before I was an agent, I bought a property, and now that I became an agent, I went back and I looked at the offer, and I can't believe the amount of pages I signed, wanting this, and I can't believe that they agreed to it. Try to just keep them short and simple. And if you're not a experienced investor, yeah, you want to cover yourself, but the financing one will cover you. You can get out for whatever reason. Even if you got the mortgage, you can still get out technically. Because it doesn't mean you're not going to go look for fire inspection after, and you're not going to go look for electrical, and you're not going to go look for a home inspection, but you just didn't write it. You wrote, I want due diligence and I want access to the property. So then you go with your flashlight. Tricks like that, that's advanced methods, but if you want to get shit done, you got to do that. What else you got? Good?
Yeah. I mean, that's the tip of the day is keep an eye on your offers, make them short, make them sweet, make them clean. Do whatever you got to do to try to get that accepted. And if you do end up losing, try to write that backup offer. It's good to obviously I have success with it, and we're dealing with one right now. So
yeah. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We're off to Niagara Falls, like we said. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Bye.